Okay, let's go across to Deepak Jasani now. Hi, Deepak. This is Nantara. What do you make of the markets, and what would you say are top picks at the moment?
Yeah, good afternoon. The markets are in a very tricky situation. We have fallen 10% from the top. Every day we think that we have fallen enough and a bounce is due. But somehow our markets have been reacting to the negative developments, whether it is local or global. And to the positive developments, I think our reaction, upward reaction, is very, very small or muted. It's a question of say in 6 months period things have changed very dramatically. Now we are responding more to negative cues. There are a lot of negatives in the horizon. So extreme near term probably 10,125 to 175 could provide some sort of a support. We could see 200-300 point Nifty point bounce from here. But we don't think we have much upward steam left in the near term.
Okay, Deepak, I'll come to you
Hello.
in a while and ask you a question. But before that, Kunal, interestingly, you are selling Torrent Power and you're buying SCL Technology. I understand IT is doing well, but what exactly you are looking in Torrent Power?
So Siddharth, from the mid-cap space, this is one of the stocks which have given a fresh breakdown on short-term charts. Now, if you scan through it in terms of the hourly chart pattern, there's a proper head and shoulder pattern getting breached for Torrent Power at current levels. So maybe on the daily charts, it's still not clear in terms of the breakdown, but on the hourly charts, the pattern is quite visible and quite clear. So below 255, the stock has confirmed a breakdown. I would suggest a sell on Torrent Power with a target of at least 238, stop loss at 258. HCL Tech is interesting. So yes, the IT stocks have been adding or providing stability. HCL Tech on the daily charts is forming an inverse head and shoulder pattern. So it's a bullish chart pattern for HCL Tech. I'm suggesting a buy with a short-term target of at least 977, stop loss at 935.
Yes, IT stocks have been doing well, and SCL Tech is up by 2%. There has been some consolidation in last 1 week or so in that stock, but Kunal feels that it can do well from current level as well, and hence recommending to buy. Thanks, Kunal, for joining us and giving all the stock ideas in your market view. Deepak, coming to you, HDFC Securities is one of the largest broking firm. We are seeing your composition of client bases, ultra HNIs and retail. What exactly this bunch of people are doing at this point of time? I understand the recommendation from fundamental perspective is bullish and you have to buy dips and be stock specific, but purely from your setup, what exactly is there a pain in system at this point of time? Are people forthcoming to buy this correction, or they are staying away?
Yeah, it's more a question of what is the current asset allocation of various investors. So now in the upper run in the equity markets, if most investors were fully or more than fully invested in equities, then probably they don't have much more money to spare, although the valuations are much more tempting at this point of time. Broadly, there is pain. People are there is a regret element involved as to why they have not sold at the rises. But at the same time, there is anticipation for people who have not fully invested. They are waiting for good entry levels, but they are still uncertain as to whether we have seen the worst. So there is a dilemma. There is a mixed feeling among the investors at this point of time.
Deepak Jasani, we've asked Kunal this question. I wanted to ask you, what about RIL? Because look at where it's trading at the moment. It has given up on 900.
Yeah, RIL has been one of the strongest stocks among the large cap space. So it has fallen the last among the last ones to fall. Today we are seeing some sort of a pressure on telecom stocks, and RIL is also part of that. A good portion of that is telecom, the emerging part. So probably it is also participating in the downside. Now, at the outset, RIL looks not a very expensive stock. but in terms of return ratios, in terms of capital deployment, in terms of capital allocation decisions, some investors are not very happy about that. So I don't know, this may be a stock which may not fall much, but at the same time it will not rise much. So you can put it into a defensive kind of a category for some time from now.
Yeah, in fact, the reason you're seeing the telecom stocks come under pressure is, like the rest of the markets, but going in today is there's a crucial cabinet meet which is expected to give some relief to the incumbents. However, the incumbents have been hoping for a lot more, certainly going in soft, so even the prospects of a better future are not good enough for the telecom stocks to be rallying. Gentlemen, just hang on there. Let's tell you what hedge fund billionaire Ray Dalio today told us as to concern the Economic Times. Ray Dalio sharing his reasons for being an India bull. He says India has the best projected 10-year growth rate, and contrary to popular belief, Ray Dalio says it's interest rates and not oil that's the biggest threat for India in 2018. I don't know if you read that interview, Siddharth. What I also found very interesting was Ray Dalio talking about problems in bureaucracy and ethical businessmen.
Well, yes, but if you look at his interview with us last month, he has been quite optimistic on our markets. But when it comes to global scenario, he was clearly stating that we are nearing into a bubble zone. But you have to read between the lines. He clearly mentioned also that yes, we might move into that bubble zone, but we are still far away from it. And markets historically, Nayantara, we have seen that they rally significantly, and as Deepak was also pointing out that at this point of time there is no pain in system. Till the time you don't see complete exuberance, till the time you don't see complete pain, market doesn't do reversal. So this seemed to be more of a knee-jerk reaction, or probably a correction within bull market, and he is quite optimistic on India as such. But let us go back to Deepak and understand from him that what exactly he is recommending to buy to his clients in this correction. Deepak, my question is, what are you suggesting to buy and what are you suggesting not to buy? Because it's very easy to get carried away. Yes, PSU banks have corrected 50%, 60% from higher level, so they are good buy probably. Or some stocks which are not warranted to be in your portfolio, but people get attracted towards those names because of the nature of fall. Can you give us 2-3 stocks which one should buy and 2-3 stocks or sectors which one should not buy in this correction?
Yeah, so now you mentioned PSU banks have fallen quite a bit. The PSU index has fallen, I think, 25% from the recent top. So a lot of people want to check whether it is a good time to enter them, and they have seen in the past stocks sort of rising quite a bit from the lows. Now here what we feel is, unless there are two things we are looking forward to. One is that a good resolution of an NCLT case. It has been delayed, it has been sort of postponed, is getting postponed and delayed forever in a sense. So if one or two big cases get resolved on the NCLT, PSU banks get some clarity as to what is the final hit they have to take, or what is the final write back they have to take. So we will wait for that to happen, or we will wait till the interest rates sort of top out and start to fall. So in either of these two cases, till either of these happen, we would stay away from this pack. The other pack which we think one can stay away from currently is the high P sectors, especially the FMCG. Now typically everyone feels that FMCG is a defensive place to be in such times, but whenever interest rates are on the up, and whenever we think that interest rates may not sort of start to fall in the near term, we can probably expect some sort of a de-rating in these high P FMCG stocks. So that is another area where I think we can postpone our buying. What we can buy is I think a CGD space, the city gas distribution. We have a buy on Indraprastha Gas, Gujarat Gas and Mahanagar Gas. All three we have a buy. They are basically, there is a structural story out there. There also you will keep getting your dips where you can keep accumulating them. I am not saying that you should be buying them right away, but they should be kept on radar. And as far as the latest pick of the week which we have issued is Aditya Birla Capital, where we think that the pedigree of the stock, the areas in which it is into, the breadth of the services that it offers, is something to look at, and it is not a very expensive stock from the NBFC SPAC. Maybe this the stock could fall some more due to the market sentiments, but a gradual sort of accumulation strategy can be followed in that stock.
Well, Deepak, very interesting thought when it comes to what to avoid. As long as interest rates are moving higher, avoid FMCG, because that is the sector which will take toll, and don't consider it as a defensive space. And PSU banks, till the time interest rate doesn't start coming down, which would obviously lead into treasury gains. And also, if NCLT issues don't get resolved for 2-3 big accounts, till the time PSU banks are also avoid what to buy. Indraprastha Gas, MGL, Gujarat Gas, and also Aditya Birla Capital. Deepak, thank you so much for joining us and giving our viewers all these host of ideas to be into market, invest and make money out of it. Thank you for joining us.